collaborative working simple with our automated workflow system. In today's webinar, we will be demonstrating various uses and features of Collavate. Today's topics will be tagging files, the approval workflow process, centralized ownership of files, and label management. First up will be the tagging feature. It is a simple solution to organize and categorize your files and saves you time when you are searching for specific documents and sheets. Within the tags menu, there is the and or condition buttons to help filter tags to search for the files you are looking for. The and condition button will filter tags to display files that contain all the tags you have selected, while the or condition button will bring up files that contain any of the tags you have selected. Therefore, the and condition button will be a very narrow and specific search, while the or condition button is more of a broad search. This will be more clear when I demonstrate, as I'm currently just giving informative background before we get started. Later in this webinar, I will be showing you an example with tagged video tutorials. By the tags, I can quickly separate in progress working files apart from completed files. Next is the approval workflow process. Having an automated workflow system provides a seamless step-by-step approval process that is consistent and structured, which essentially saves a lot of time from creation to finalization of drafts and paperwork. With our system design, there is room for different teams and reviewers to engage in collaboration, which is really great. Many companies use Collavate's approval process to carry out daily tasks and to have files properly approved by colleagues and managers before it is ready to be finalized. Collavate is a flexible application for many industries, companies, and organizations. The example used here is the journalism industry with a team of writers, editors, subject matter experts, and stakeholders. The system is fully integrated with Gmail and Google Drive, which is an advantage for heavy Google Drive users. After the demo of the approval workflow process, I will show you the nifty add-on shortcut conveniently located within the menu of your Google Docs and Google Sheets. The case I will be showing today will be processing a monthly newsletter draft that I need editing and approval on to move towards printing to distribute for consumption around the office. Another great Collavate feature is the centralized ownership of files. Once a file starts the process approval, the document ownership is actually transferred to the document manager of the company. This can be checked when going on share of a document, which I will later show you. The ownership is transferred to the master account so that all files that are processed ends up in one location for a safe and centralized ownership. This ensures that files are not accidentally lost or deleted just because many companies often have many users and can easily lose track of files. But with this feature, it definitely enables safekeeping of it all in one location. And like I said, it is fully integrated with Gmail and Google Drive, so you can totally check the ownership of the files within your own Google Drive. However, the submitters and the reviewers will still be able to have access to the documents if they check the checkbox to maintain initial access when they are processing the paperwork. They can still find the files in their folders of submitted documents. They just won't be able to delete it since it is under the master account's ownership. I will be using the same newsletter draft that I used in the approval workflow process to show the transferred ownership of that. Moving on to label management, Collavate is a versatile application, and with the label management feature, the administrator account can change the name of command buttons to fit the perspective of the company's desired interface. This allows a user-friendly experience since it allows renaming of default buttons. The settings allow you to rename buttons on the home page and the buttons that are used during the approval workflow process. So my example will be renaming buttons to common buttons that are used for the approval process to terms that some users just tend to prefer instead over our default names. Okay, so thanks for sticking around through my informative slides. Now we'll move on to how I personally use tags to track down my files for video tutorials. Okay, so I have Collavate launched, and I'm on a demo account, which is a normal user account. And to locate your tag library, you can open the sidebar located on the left side and click on Tags menu. So gray color tags are personal tags that a user creates and uses just for themselves. For Collavate Business and Enterprise Edition, you can see yellow tags that are shared across a company. The yellow shared tags were set by the administrator of the domain, and they automatically appear for me to utilize as a user. However, I'm not limited to shared tags since I can tag my files to my own preference using my gray tags. You can tag department names, project names, or even teams to make searching for files easier. I have categorized files that I recently have been working on and have needed to quickly retrieve to start working. My recent project has actually been training tutorials. I tag files relating to them under the tag name video tutorial. So by clicking on the tag, it will bring up all my files that are categorized under video tutorials. And so the and or condition buttons are located here. The and condition button is the more narrow and specific search. So what I like to do is I like to follow with a second tag name, either complete or in progress. So by clicking the second tag in progress, it targets the exact file that I am looking for and currently have been working on. So once I have I end up completing this video tutorial, I can easily update the tags just by simply removing this in progress tag and by adding a complete tag on it. So that next time it will appear under completed video tutorials. But since I actually have not completed that video tutorial, for the sake of that, I will just reset it back to what it was, which was in progress. Okay, so that was my example for tags. And now moving on to the approval workflow process. So now I'm on the home library, and I have a company newsletter draft that needs editing and approval before I can move it towards printing. So I'm going to locate my newsletter document, which is April's newsletter. And by selecting the document, it will bring it up in a pop-up window, but to work full screen, I'm going to select Edit, just so that I can make quick changes and just work in a full screen environment. So since I have already prepped this draft, I will just quickly make small changes to it. I'll just change the date to the correct year. And then under File List, I am actually able to attach files that correlate with my draft. And I'm going to attach an update sheet, a spreadsheet that will be able to correlate with this draft that I am trying to send to my reviewers so that they can take a look at the updates as well. So for the tags, I'm going to tag this as a demo file. And then now I can click Start Process to begin entering my reviewers to process my draft 2. I'm going to enter Harry's account, which he is on Demo 2, and also the administrator of this domain. And I have enabled can edit and comment privileges so that they are able to directly make comments onto my draft just so that it moves it forward quickly instead of the only being able to view and comment. With that option, it allows them to make suggestions, but it wouldn't directly make direct changes onto the document. So I have allowed them to be able to have direct editing privileges onto the document. I'm going to leave a custom message. Just follow with quick and brief instructions. So I'm just going to say, please review and approve this newsletter by April 8th, since I am trying to put this out by April 10th. I'm going to make sure that I have the checkbox maintain initial access privileges for reviewers and myself, just in case I need to retrieve this document, make any more changes, so that I'm able to just have more flexibility with this process. And now that I have my file attached, my tags, and my desired reviewers here with my set of instructions, I can now set start process. This button is actually typically says start process, but actually within my label management, I had set it to peer review instead. So this is a label management. I will show you how you can change these buttons later. This is actually my personal, I just like peer review over start process, but I will be able to show you the default settings after. So I will send that off. And now that my document has been collated, I'm going to switch over to Harry so that he can show you the perspective from the reviewer's side.
Awesome, thank you, Annie. Let me switch to my screen. Okay, so me as an editor perspectives, I should have received the email, so like this. So any, in this demo case, John has submitted this newsletter to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead to click the email, and basically I see that who sent this file, and I also can see the his comment, as well as the first link is I can access to the Collavate application, and I can also find the actual contents file. So if I click one of the contents, then I can find the actual file within my Google Docs, and I can also approve within this email body. So in case you just open in your mobile, you can just approve the within your by leading the email. Okay, so if I click the first link, and basically it will just launch the application. And one of the advantages is that let's say if you have to send the email, send the file to outside of your domain user, like your client or freelance journalist, then you can that journalist will be able to open the file within Collavate as well, even if that person does not have a Collavate license. So you can send the file to any person internally or outside of your domain as well. So as soon as I access the application, I can find that there are two files. I can also preview the file, and I can see my channel comment. So this is me. So I can also leave a comment, and I can just authorize or disapprove. She changed the label, but as a default is I think it's a reject. So I can just either approve or reject, and also I can approve for everyone. This is some kind of a delegation feature. So if I click that, then I will approve the on behalf of my superior approvers as well. Okay, and I can also click this pencil icon, so I can make a quick changes within this full editing window, and I can make changes since I have editing permission. And one other thing is that, let's say it turns out that I need to add more files or more reviewers, then I can simply do so by clicking Edit Process or this little pencil icon next to Process Bar. So if I click that, and then it will unlock the entire flow, so I can attach more file from my computer. So I can just attach, oops. So for example, I can just attach multiple files like this, or I can just cancel that, and I can also add the tags, and I can also add more reviewers as well. But in this case, I'm just not gonna do that, and I'm just gonna leave a comment, and I'm just gonna authorize that. Before I do that, what I can also show you is that I can also see this file within add-on, and if I go to Start, and it will show the same flow, and I can approve within this Google Docs as well. And I can also see his comment as well. So let me just do that within this window. And as you see that there's a timestamp as well as my comment and the digital signature. You can also have this digital signature function if you go to My Profile and Settings, and you can just download your digital signature file like a PANG or JPEG format. After your admin enabled this digital signature function, you should be able to see this option, so you can just download your digital signature image. So when you as an approver, once you approve it, you can find the or a submitter also can find the signature as well. So I'm gonna switch back to you so you can continue.
Okay, great. Okay, just making sure I'm the presenter now. Let's see, show my screen. Okay. So Harry did introduce the add-ons, but I'm just going to quickly show you again. So the add-ons is conveniently located within, as you can see, within your Google Docs. And you can do this within your Google Sheets as well. So if I click Start, you can actually initiate the approval process through this nifty add-on. But since this draft has already been processed, it will just currently show me the status of it. So instead of having to launch Collavate each time to process a document, you can, this is a quick shortcut where you can conveniently just initiate the approval process and also check up on the status of your document. Now I'm going to move on to showing you the centralized ownership of files, and one of the ways to check that is, although on this demo account, John Lee submitted this draft. However, if I click within Share and check all those that are involved in this draft, I can see that the ownership was automatically transferred to the master account. As soon as I had processed this document, I was no longer the owner of it. I still have access to it. I'm still able to view it, but the master account is now the owner of the document. I will also show you within the actual administrator account. So switching over, you can see now that I am the administrator. I am the master account. So this is my Google Drive. I will click the Collavate folder. So this is actually where all the process documents from all users of a company, every time they process a document, I can find those documents here. Even if it was not processed to me directly as a reviewer, I can find all the documents that were put through the review process here. I can't stress how important this is. This is just really great to be able to locate all of the files just to make sure they're not lost or accidentally misplaced by users. The master account definitely has ownership over all the files. So I can see here that the newsletter that was processed by, I believe it was John Lee, they can be found here. So this was the newsletter draft, and this is the demo sheet that was attached along with it. So I have Collavate launched, and again, I am on the administrator account. I can also show you that, like I said, it is embedded in with your Gmail, Google Drive, so you can find those folders here as well. So to just quickly locate all of those files I was just taking a look at within my Google Drive, I can find it in the Collavate application as well. And then now I'm going to move on to the label management. I'm going to stay on this account since only administrators have access to the label management feature. So renaming labels and buttons can actually make Callavate's interface more friendly for your organization's use. To change these settings, you can click on the admin tab located to the left. And here you're going to click on Custom View. And within Custom Settings, you can find the Label Management tab. And here it will bring up the home buttons, default buttons. And on the right side of those buttons, you can rename it to anything that you would like to. Not everybody has the same preference of terms, and this is just very helpful just to be flexible with different industries and organizations. And not only the home button, the home page, but you can also do the same with the process features. So the buttons that are found within using the approval workflow process. These are all the buttons, and very common ones, like for example, the default button here is approve, but I actually prefer the term authorize. I can also change that to anything else I want, or if I just like the term approve, I can keep that as is by just simply keeping this side blank. So again, another one, like I had said earlier, within it, the original default button is typically start process, but for me, I see it as a peer review since I am sending it to managers and editors to just review my work. So I prefer the term peer review, but if I would just like start process to be simple, I can keep that there. But some common terms would just be peer review. And you can change it to however you like. It does not have to be anything like mine or so another one is reject. I just like disagree, but I can change that just by simply editing there. And then reprocess is actually another feature where although documents may not make it through the approval process the first time, may be rejected, get the decline. I like to see it as review again rather than reprocess, just because it's kind of going through a second round of reviews, and I feel like that's just easier for my easy understanding. I like to see review again rather than reprocess. And these buttons here can all be edited. They are very flexible just to make it easy for user-friendly experience. So that is actually all that I was going to show today in today's webinar. I would like to thank you so much for sticking through today's webinar. So we are actually going to do questions and answers, and we're going to be here to answer any questions that you have. Please feel free to do so in the chat box. I believe Harry will be unmuting everybody as well. So we will be here to definitely answer any questions that anybody has.
Okay, I have just one question from Steve. One thing we noticed during testing is that unless you were the author or reviewer, you could not see the status of the document. Is this the case, or can everyone see the document status? Yeah, so basically, let's say after you design your chainable command, like with a multiple step. Let's say, for example, like you have 3 different reviewers on each step, each stage. Then once you submit the file, first reviewer will receive email notification, and the second reviewer will only get his email after first reviewer approve the file. So it does not send to everyone. It only sent once the his lower chain of command approves it. But submitter will always gonna see his document status, by accessing the application, or he will also get email notification that first review has approved the file, things like that. And all of the histories, the status can be found within process menu. So if I switch to my screen, so basically I can find all of my workflow files to be reviewed or submitted. So if I click one of a file, let's say if I'm sent a file to someone, then I can always find the status. In this case, there are parallel approvers on the same first step. So I'm waiting for their approval. Okay, so I can also likewise the reviewers within this chain of command, they can also access the Collavate application, and they can find the approval history as well. Is that answer to your question? Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, Steve. Yeah, you're unmuted.
Hi, Harry. Just what my question was is in the status column here of the Collavate page. When somebody other than the author or a reviewer was looking at this page, they could not see a status for a document that was in the workflow. Is it only supposed to be the reviewers and the author that see that document status, or can everybody in the group see that status at any time?
Right. So so basically the document, the workflow document that the submitter wants to get approval is for those who are within the flow. So only for those workflow participants will be able to see the file. But if you want, but if you want to share the file or share the process histories to different people, like different everyone or someone else, then you can do so by sharing the workflow process. And in order for you to do, let's say, what was the file? Okay, let me just open the file that we just showed the demo. I believe this is one, right? Okay. Oh, not this one. Okay, there it is. Oh, yeah. Let me just click one of the file. I think this is the one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let me just open the file. And let's say if I want to share this file and this approval history to someone else, right? Who are not within this workflow participants, then what you can do is you can just share this process with others. And if you click that, and then you can just enter the email address. So let's say if I enter one of the email address, and she will receive email notification. Oh, I think this is not the document that I have approved. Oh, okay. No, that's the one.
Hey, I believe the document that we were working on is actually in the in progress folder, since it has not completely been approved by all reviewers.
Oh, okay. So did you? No. It's me, right? Okay. I cannot see the file. Yeah, this is still on pending. So I don't know what happens. Maybe is that because that you initiate the process? That's why. Can I switch to your screen?
Yes, we'll see if I can
Okay.
locate it on my screen.
Okay. So basically, you can share the flow to anyone, and that person will receive email notification, so he can actually take a look at the file as well as workflow histories. And okay, and I will answer micro question afterwards.
Okay, so here I have the newsletter draft that was just submitted on the Demo 1 account. I am currently on Smith John's accounts, and Smith John is actually the administrator of this domain. So I can now authorize. Okay, so let me specify on the question. Was the question whether everybody in the domain can see the status of the document disregarding the reviewers and the submitter of the document? Was that correct?
Yes, so we were thinking that it would be nice if everybody could see whether a document they were interested in was in the workflow process or had been approved, rather than just the people directly involved in the authoring or review of the document.
Right, I see what you're saying. So you would like for your domain to be not just the submitter, those that are involved in the document, but rather everybody in the company able to see what the status of the report is.
Yeah, because there may be a document that I'm interested in that the author forgot to add me as a reviewer. If I can go into Collavate and see it's in the review process, I can at least ask the question, why am I not a reviewer on this?
Correct. Harry, I believe the administrator has the access to that. The administrator is able to see all, because they are the owner of all of documents. Are they able to see the status of all process documents by users?
Currently, the document manager, right, has all the files within document manager's folder. But since the document is not shared to non-workflow participants, so we do not have that capability to share the workflow automatically to everyone. But that's something that I can further ask to my developer about if that's possible for for your case or not, and I can reply to you, Steve.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so and next question is from Michael. So how long does it take for a team to come up to speed with the whole process of document handling? And do you mean by that you want to accelerate the workflow process? I'm going to just unmute you so you can tell as well. Michael? Yeah, you can just tell. I just unmuted you, so if you can elaborate your question. So do you want to speed up the workflow process?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how long it takes to learn all this to become more efficient rather than less.
Can you raise your volume?
Try to.
Yeah, I can hear you better now. Yes.
Okay. I'm just wondering how long it takes to become more efficient with this software rather than less efficient.
Oh, yeah. You mean that you said hard to understand? Or
Yeah, and just how, I mean, before you can do things without really thinking about them or looking them up, so it just becomes native to what you're doing in your process.
Yeah, well, basically, there are video tutorials, so you can, learn about this tool. And of course, we are constantly upgrading our application. And one of the things that I want to share with you is that we are going to release one of the cool feature, which is post menu. So this is some kind of a discussion, the menu, and we are going to release, and hopefully by end of this month or next month. But basically, this is to boost the communication, between Collavate users. So whenever you send a file, you will see the all of the your histories, and you can also leave a comment for the file, and you can also approve the file within this flow as well. So as you see, Annie this is the demo that Annie showed for the this newsletter. So this you can also find the comment, right? And also see the actual file, and you can also view the file as well. So you can kind of use this as your, kind of a communication channel. So so once you submit the file, you can also leave a comment, or on the other hand, if you have received the file from any originator, then you will have this notification through post as well. But currently, so currently we have many features, and we just show the basic featureable process and tagging function. It really depends on what you need for your organization, and I can also have a separate meeting with you to understand over your use cases, and so we can kind of provide you best route for the application.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Okay, let me go see the next question from Miriam. Is it possible to try Collavate on a trial basis? Oh yes, there are 14-day free trial for business edition. Business edition requires Google Apps. So if you have a Google Apps domain, then your Google Apps super admin can install it through Google Apps Marketplace. Okay, next question is, can there be only one administrator? Oh yes, you can set up one admin. Also, you can assign multiple, Collavate admin. So let me switch back to Annie. You can just show admin menu.
Okay, certainly. Oh, and Michael, thank you for your question. I'd also like to say it also greatly depends on how frequently your users are actually using Collavate. I would say if they are using Collavate every day, I say based on my user experience, definitely about, I would say 2 weeks. If they are using Collavate for about 2 weeks nonstop, like just on a daily basis, they will definitely get the hang of it quickly. I would say more tech savvy learners, they would definitely be able to use it within a week, no problem. So that was just my end of the question on that. Just as a learner myself, I was able to get the hang of it, I want to say within, you know, first week, definitely just using it every day made it really easy. And then by the second week, I felt that I was completely comfortable with it by then. And so, okay, I'm logged onto the administrator account, and I'm going to show how you can delegate. So you go to user management. So, sorry, I will do that more step by step. Okay, so home menu, and then on the left side, you're going to click admin, and then under user management here, you can see there's going to be, here are the users of this domain, this company. You can change privileges. So here are normal users, which is regular users, and then here's the admin. So you can actually delegate, like let's see here. So for example, all of these accounts with this green check mark, they are actually all administrator accounts of this domain. It is only these 2 accounts that are not administrators. So let's see here. I can quickly just, for example, I can change this person back to a normal user, and you can see that there's an X on it. Rather than, let's say I want James Lee now to become an administrator, I can just click admin, and with the green check mark, it confirms that he is now an administrator. So you are not limited to just one administrator. You can definitely have more than one administrator. And I hope that answers your question. I can further explain if you need further demonstration.
Okay, can you open that admin window again?
Yes.
Okay, I think I can answer Dave's questions. If you go to admin, and I think it's on the workflow menu, and there's a report section. No, it's not. You have to enable the report. Let me.
So the reports is actually under the custom view. It is
okay.
within the settings. I can show step by step again. So home menu, click left tab admin, custom view. And then here within custom settings, you're going, as the administrator, you would have to actually enable the reports on. Yours may be turned off, so just make sure you turn it on and to hit save settings. It's very important to click save settings because that is what will apply the changes for everybody across your domain. I hope I was able to answer your question. Was that, did I go too fast? If you need me to re-demonstrate, I definitely can for you, Dave. Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Annie, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, okay, so to give a quick comment on what reports do. So let's see, the reports page is actually in my eyes, I see it as a visual. So you're able to see the status of documents that are currently, we're actually in beta with the reports right now. Let's see.
Right, currently it's on beta, now. So that's one of the features that we are going to release in a month or so. We were going to provide real-time detection of all of your users' files, and basically it's similar to Google Drive's document activities. So if you go to Google Drive on your right side, you can see all of your document activities, right? But this is kind of a different feature. Basically, it will just log all of your users' entire Google file activities like delete, view, create, download, edit, things like that. So it will be kind of a real-time auditing function. This is going to be released in I think in an enterprise edition, so that they can kind of monitor all of your users' Google Docs activities, and also you can set the rules to detect sensitive information like credit card information, social security number, things like that. So currently it's on beta mode with a very basic kind of a matrix. So it shows just file-based activities, but it's not that accurate right now. You first have to enable within your admin, and then you will see this beta feature. But we were going to release it in a few months.
Yes, so the reports feature is actually still in beta testing. It will be released when it is ready. To me, what I see the reports menu as, it will be a very great visual. It will, I believe, I have seen what it is supposed to be, and it is going to be a visual with pie charts giving you reports on what the percentage is of processed documents within your company, the percentage rate of what documents are being rejected, what percentage is being reprocessed. It just gives you a visual report of how files are doing, kind of how they're going through the process approval within, and there will also be more details released later on. But thank you for your interest in the reports. That is definitely an important question.
And another question from Steve. Will all users have to have access to the reports when turned on, or only the admin? Yeah, that is a good question. For the there will be two different reports. One is for the reports for the process with with the visual charts. That will be available for everyone, but for the document activity stuff will be available for admin only. But currently on beta mode, I think it's available for everyone, for the activity, feature. Okay, do we, oh, okay, there's another question. Is the admin console only for the business level? Yes, currently the admin menu is available for the business edition only. For single free and team edition, that is designed for the individual user, for tagging and workflow. So it's kind of a for the single user. So you can of course enjoy the tagging and workflow feature. You can submit to any user with the email address, but it does not have a document centralization or user management features, because that requires installation from the domain admin. So but in the future, hopefully we will have some sort of user management function, so you can manage your users within the team edition. But currently, if you want to upgrade to team edition from single free edition, then you can just let us know the email user list, and then we can just upgrade those users to team edition. All right, looks like that's all we have. I'm also gonna follow with you, to give you the more clear answer. And this entire session is being recorded, so we're gonna share the recorded session to all of the attendees as well as who has missed this webinar. Thank you for your time today, and have a great weekend. And I'm sorry, before I leave, do you have any other comment?
Thank you for a great session, everybody. If you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me at annie@collavate.com. I do make tutorial videos. If you have any requests, I would love to be able to cater to your needs and definitely make any tutorial videos if you find that there is a topic you would like for me to go more in depth in. Thank you so much for today's webinar.
Okay, bye.